Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a quick flip through of my new personal junk journal. I am making a couple of journals like this to sell in my Etsy shop, so if you like this journal, I'm gonna make a couple that are very similar to it. So on the cover I've just put like a suede fabric. This is a soft cover journal, which I really liked it when I worked in the soft cover journal during Christmas, so I wanted to do another soft cover journal for my everyday journal. And then I've just sewn some patches onto the front and back, and these patches are very special to me because these came from a quilt that my great-grandmother made a long time ago, and the quilt has literally just been disintegrating over the years, so I wanted to kind of salvage some of that fabric and keep it on here in memory of her. And then in the center I've just cut out like a little circle, and I've sewn around everything, anywhere, just kind of randomly sewn. And there's fabric under here as well, and it's like floral. I don't know if you can see that. Now you can. But just like a little floral pattern. And then on the side here I have just put a bunch of random beads in blues and greens and a couple pinks, and then I put this really cool looking key on the side as well. So that's that, and I'll show you the inside real quick. So I have just tied this up with some lace, and this is kind of like a stretchy lace. So I'm hoping that that will help me when I start to fill this up really full. It will kind of help me keep it tight. But as of right now, I have plenty of space to grow. I didn't put quite as many pages in this journal, obviously. It's a 2-inch spine, so I didn't go crazy. So this journal may last me, I don't know, a couple months. But that's okay. On the inside, I put one of my favorite fabrics. This fabric I got, I think, from Walmart, but it's like just the cutest, like little dainty flowers, so I wanted to include that in one of my journals. So on the front and the back, right next to the spine, I just reinforced this with some lace. In the front, I've put like a little library card thing where I can write my name or when I started the journal. It's typically what I would want to write there. So in this journal, I didn't include any tabs or anything on the page. I've literally just put papers in here and envelopes because the last journal I had was like incredibly bulky when I first started it, and it was really hard to work with at the end. So I just wanted to leave this one simple and clean and give myself plenty of room to play with the pages however I want and not have to work around a bunch of stuff. So this one is super simple. I've just included some scrapbook paper. This is just some cardstock. This page came out of a children's book, and I didn't want to cut it because I love the deer so much, so I just cut down the center of the page, and that way I can fold it all the way out. And I can still see the back as well. And then I cut out a little square so I could see this lady on the next page through this page. Just like framing her, and then this folds out. Another page from a children's book. I am a big science geek, physics geek, so of course I had to include a little bit of that in my journal. This is about rockets. Some tea-dyed paper. I put a doily in the middle. I don't normally do this, but what the heck. I want to see what I can do with it. And then a page from an encyclopedia. I love butterflies. So this is kind of like a bug themed journal, I guess. If we're gonna theme it anything, then it would be bug themed. It's not themed, by the way. I just kind of threw in random pages, but there are a lot of bug pages in here. Okay, so another children's book page. This side I kept as is as well. So we've got panda on one side and quail on the other. And then the other side of this scrapbook paper. I've been clearing out my paper pads and trying to decide what scrapbook paper I wanted to keep and what paper I wanted to make into like white cardstock so I can paint on it. So I have literally been ripping my paper pads apart trying to get rid of some of it. So I have found in the meantime a lot of papers that I have not used before, so I'm kind of excited about that. I've also gone through and cut out like all the journaling cards that were in there and everything. It's been a task, but in the end it has really benefited me. So like I said, just very simple, bunch of scrapbook paper. There are a few sheets of tea-dyed paper in here. I left the pages blank so I can do what I want with them later. Some people will freak out about blank pages, but I'm not worried about that. I'll fill it or paint it or something. With some graph paper. This one folds out as well. This is from an encyclopedia. Some ledger paper, a little envelope that I created out of some scrapbook paper, and then the other side of that ledger paper. I love peacocks. I had to have this picture. I actually reinforced this with some tape because the pages, as soon as I folded it, the pages just broke because it's a vintage encyclopedia. So I just taped it with some clear tape. No big deal. I'll cover it up or do something with it, or you can barely see it. It's not a big deal. So more graph paper, another book page with insects and butterflies, scrapbook paper. Like I said, I didn't put any pockets or anything in this because I was struggling I get to the end of my journal, or like I run out of space, and then I'm trying to figure out what to put in the pockets, and that's not how I want to do it. So I have decided that is not my style, and I probably won't be doing that again, but it was fun to try. I like to try new things. Some more ledger paper, tea-dye paper, more scrapbook paper. This I just cut a little circle out of just because I didn't know what to do with this side. The other side of this is a tag page. This is some more tea-dyed paper that I did a doily print on. And like I said, there's the tag side. Just a tag page. More scrapbook paper, tea-dyed paper, ledger paper. And then this is another page of the encyclopedia. More ledger paper. This is another page from an encyclopedia that I've had to reinforce with some tape. Probably see this one a little bit better because it just cracked as soon as I folded it, but still I can cover that up or do something with that and make it pretty. And then this I cut a circle out of, and it frames the dragonfly on the other side. I really should have done this the other way, but I put it in there backwards. So, oh well, no big deal. And then this is a giant piece of ledger paper that I have just created a fold out. This is a full-size envelope. that I made it out of scrapbook paper. And then this is the other side of that giant piece of ledger paper. This is another encyclopedia page out of the same book that I folded, and then it cracked on me, so I just taped it with some clear tape. And then the other side of the scrapbook paper, TI paper, ledger paper, and then the other side of that encyclopedia page. So that is the journal that I will be working on for at least the next probably 3 months. I don't think it will last me much longer than that, but that's okay. It's very springtime-ish, and that's kind of what I was going for. The other journal I had was very dark, I felt like, and so this one just kind of, I get excited about warm weather and spring and flowers and even the bugs. So definitely look forward to the junk journal with me's in this journal, and then I will have a couple of new journals to share with you guys when I get them finished. I'm waiting on some paper. I ordered some paper online, so I'm waiting on some of that paper so I can put some special paper in the journals that I'm making. So give me like maybe another week or week and a half, and I'll have the other 2 journals ready and put up on Etsy, and I will share them with you guys first. So I hope you enjoyed that flip through, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.